Yo, oh, I know you started it yet. What's up? What's up? First, I'd like to say it's good to be back. I know all the listeners. I know y'all miss me. I
You wasn't here?
apologize. Y'all got y'all had to deal with the likes of Tim, Wayne, and Ethan for the last 2 weeks or so. So first, I would like to apologize to y'all. But now I'm back. I had to get some things out the way.
He was banished.
He was suspended from the program.
Nonsense. Now go ahead and continue your nonsense.
For 30 days. I was on suspension like Malcolm, huh?
What you got?
Look, I'm here after a good Sixers win against a very much improved Knicks team. I think we all can see that the Knicks team, they come a long way. Thibodeau got them dudes balling. They got some good young talent, some veteran talent, and my man Randle, who's an outright beast. I know Wayne campaigned for him, for us to get him instead of Horford, but we'll talk about that. But this win was good. It was spearheaded by the next three best players since B wasn't playing, which was Tobias, Ben, and Seth. Seth came up huge. He been actually the last two games. What he had 18 yesterday, the day before, and he had 20, somewhere around 20 tonight. So he came to ball. He was huge in the third quarter. Hit some threes. This is what we brought him here for. He showed up, showed out. We got the win, and we got to talk about how Knicks got robbed against the Nets last night too. I'll address that a little later, but it was a great win. Y'all thoughts?
Well, honestly is very encouraging because the Knicks came out hot. I think the Knicks was feeling themselves because of that game that you said last night. I mean, they balled out. They balled against the Nets, and this is what I was trying to say in the last podcast. Like the Knicks defense, I don't think people realize how good their defense is. Mm-hmm. They coming into last night, they were the top ranked team to score against. They averaged giving up 105 points a game. So their defense is tight. That's what Tibbs always has been. And this game also showed, again, the difference. The last few years, we always argued about coaching. Coaches makes a big difference. You've seen the difference with the Sixers with Doc coaching down the stretch. And you see the difference in the Knicks overall with Tibbs as the coach. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, they play good, solid team defense. They get brain freeze every once in a while. But it is. Tobias did what he did. He's our closer next to Bede. When Bede ain't here, Tobias, and sometimes even when Bede is here, Seth, boy, I'm telling you, bro, I swear, he is the linchpin he's the deciding factor on how good we can be.
See, but I told you remember early on.
What?
When Seth got the Rona, you start hating on my man, saying he couldn't create his own shot.
Oh, he still can't. He really can't.
And
he really can't.
It says he can because he did it tonight. You said
he can't.
And one of the other things you said was that he needed B to get him open looks so he could kick out his three.
No, I said Ben.
You said B. You said
I said Ben.
No, you was.
I said B. Ben.
However, I heard B, but however, Seth showed that he could create his own shot. That when he healthy, which he appears to be now, the last couple games he showed us that, and he's been stepping up and he's been doing it. Now, I know you're not arguing with his productivity.
No,
we may argue how and why and all that kind of stuff like that. But to me, this is the Seth that started off the season before the Rona. He was averaging 17 after 2-3 weeks of the season. Then he got sick, fell way off the side of the earth. And now that he seemed to be healthy, he got the rest from the All-Star break, he back in his bag. This is what I expect. This is what I expected. And I do agree with you. This is the linchpin that holds this whole thing together. This is how we make a legitimate run in the playoffs.
I noticed that y'all two having a one-on-one conversation, so just allow me to jump in.
I'm back now, and I'm hyped. I got more to say.
You already know Ephraim gonna come back talking. That's what he do. That's why he got suspended.
I know.
Listen, Simon did not get suspended, y'all. Simon is here.
You don't think he did.
Listen up. Everything you just said, Ephraim, was pretty much wrong. As far as Seth is concerned, here's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The Sixers are 14-0 when Seth shoots 50% or better on a team. Now, Seth was struggling the first half. And what Ben did was he kept finding Seth for open jump shots and he kept knocking them down. He purposely had, because Ben had the ball. Ben had the ball. He would dribble and they would double him and Seth would be open for that jump shot. And 3 times in the third quarter, Seth knocked down a big shot. And that's when the offense took off. But it was because of Ben finding Seth. It wasn't Seth creating his own shot. It was Ben. I want you to go back before you dispute me. Go back and watch that third quarter.
Listen, I'm not saying he didn't knock down the open threes, which he's supposed to, but he did also create some layups and go to the hole. He did it last game too when he had 18. Y'all said my thing is I'm not saying he's Steph where he could go boop boop boop. He got the rock and he could create at will. I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying y'all act like he's like Kyle Korver. He's not just a dude who just spots up and shoots open looks. He has a little bit more dimension to his game. He even to me is better than Redick when it comes to creating his own shot. Redick is more of a spot up.
I agree with you on that one too.
Shots and shoot. So that's my point about Seth. I'm not saying I think Shake Milton is better at creating his own shot. I'm not even saying he's that good at creating his own shot.
This was my whole point about.
I'm just saying he can create his own shot.
This was my whole point about Seth.
He was hating.
Is my whole point about Seth. Well, first of all, let's
hate light-skinned people.
No, actually, how? I'm supposed to be the Ben apologist. So I hate light-skinned people. Do you get more light-skinned than mixed? You know what I'm saying? How much more light-skinned can you get? So my point is,
you like that he mixed.
Make it like Seth Curry was the second best player on the team, and my thing is he wasn't more crucial to the team than Ben.
That's why you started hating. That's why you started.
Hating. But I never did hate on him. My whole point was I always felt like Seth. And remember, I've been saying this even while he was struggling. I was saying I wasn't ready to just give up on him because I do think that the corona had something to do with it. But my whole point about Seth Curry is you were making it like Seth Curry coming down, pop, 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 breaking somebody, taking on, and he wasn't doing that. They was running little pick and pops. They would set the pick for him, and he's good at getting over there and finding an open space and shoot. I'm fine with that, and I'm not saying that he's just a catch and shoot guy because he can do that too. But I'm just saying you was making it like he created his own shot, like he coming down and he cracking balls off the dribble, step back hard and shot. Like no, he ain't creating his own shot.
See, that's what we got.
But he's not creating his own shots. Like
that's what we got to come to the. He can create his own shot, but that's what we got to come to a middle ground because I'm not saying he hard and neither. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he on some next level Kyrie. Nah, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying he can in spurts. He can. If you put a great defender on him, can he break down? No, I'm not saying that. Nope. If you put somebody like Thibault, I think Thibault's a very good defender. If he not breaking down a Thibault. No. He not breaking down a Smart from Boston. He not break. It's certain dudes he not. But if he got a good matchup, I think he can make some things happen. But I mean, the fact of the
maybe TJ.
I mean, the fact that TJ had 10 steals. Then you go 8-1 came where TJ had 10, 11 steals. But look,
let me tell you one thing though. When this game started, up until like the third quarter, it looked like we wasn't gonna win this game.
I agree.
I mean, the defense. Every time we tried to make a run, every time we tried to do a little thing, it just wasn't working. But crazy as it may. That the last minute of the third quarter, Doc went to an all-bench squad. And that is actually what helped us like get over the hump, to be honest with you. Because Dwight Howard, once again, he's a freak of nature. The man is still balling at 35 years old. He
a workout freak.
Yeah, he is.
Listen, first
this is the one game that Tom.
I'm gonna tell you why we won. Stop
hyping Dwight. You hype Dwight a little bit too much sometimes.
Dwight Howard.
Because Dwight Howard do a lot of dumb stuff in the game. He did a lot of dumb stuff this game.
He does.
He did a whole lot of trying to bring the ball up, throwing it away, and the ball hitting off his hands like hands of stone type stuff when it should be left. So I like Dwight's energy, but Dwight Howard does a lot of dumb stuff at times.
But I agree with Tim a little bit. I do think Dwight, and I love the high energy that Dwight plays with. He had 12 points, 12 rebounds. He also had 2 offensive boards. My thing is, the reason why we won this game, it necessarily wasn't because the bench, because Shake was kind of off, Thibault was kind of off. He took Danny Green out of the game. Yeah, that's why we won this game. Danny Green was 1 for 10. We won in spite of Danny Green. He cut his minutes dramatically after half. He only played a total of 22 minutes. So he didn't even play starter minutes. He played like 6-man type minutes because they took him out and they put Cork in. Now, Cork wasn't playing great. Cork missed some open shots too, but Cork was hitting better than Danny.
That's the thing.
If we'd have left Danny in that game, we'd have lost that game. We'd have lost that
thing. Danny
I mean,
Green,
Quirk
when
went
he's
4
off,
for 12. Danny went 1 for 10. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. But my point is, Danny
Danny
went
might have hit his next two. But I agree with you though. I do appreciate that he took somebody was struggling and he took him out.
Yes.
That's what a coach should do. You know, kind of like he did with Seth a couple of them times when Seth. But then to the fourth quarter, he put him back in there and he let him stink it up and almost cost us his game. But I mean, but I know
that's
with
his
that
son-in-law. He got
back
to
in the joint. But I mean, it was a good team win again. You got. This is what we're talking about. How many wins we can get during this stretch without Embiid? We got to win games like this.
Yeah.
This was a tough win. You're not going to win every game. And like to your point, Tim, this is what I say to every Sixers fan out there. If you scared, and first of all, I've been saying this before Howard Eskin ever said it, because he got it from the hood. Let's get this correct. We were saying this in the hood before he brought it to his radio station. But if you're scared, get a dog. This is what I grew up on. This is what stop. We got to stop being scared as Sixers fans. Like, oh, the Nets are the big monster. Oh, listen, we're number one in the East. Embiid is out, but we have a good team. We have a good team. We have a good coach. And it's kind of like when we had the Eagles on that playoff on a championship run. You know how people had like all scared, like, oh, you know something going wrong going to happen. We can't win. Get out of that. Stop with the Rocky mentality. We're not underdogs. Right now, we on top of the conference. We're on top of the division. Let's see what go. Let's ball. Like, stop being scared every time something go off a little bit. Are we gonna lose it now? No, we think we gonna come back and win because we them people.
I agree. Listen, this is what I've been saying. Like, this is why when we talk about the MVP, I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to B. Don't get me wrong. B been balling, so please nobody get on here thinking I'm saying he's not worthy or deserving to be in the conversation. But this is why when I say, y'all be hearing me saying Steph. Now, I'm a Steph fan. Everybody know it. But this is a good team. That Golden State team trash. The simple fact that he got them at 500 is a miracle in of itself. But this
Somebody
is a
told me
good...
Golden State going to beat the Sixers without Embiid.
Yeah, that was Ethan. I ain't saying that. I'm telling you now, I'm not saying that. Unless Curry go nuclear, that's the only chance they got to beat us. But my thing is, this is a good team. I do like the way this team is built. Tobias showed tonight. Much kudos to him. We got to give hats off to Tobias because he
always wait till we halfway through the program to give Tobias.
I know. You know what? And that was wrong of us. I apologize, Toby, if you or your homies is listening. But he came to ball. He showed, and I told y'all he was my all-star vote. I said it from the rip this year early on. I will vote him the all-star. He was. Hold up, Tim. Did I say that
early on? You mean early on? Y'all was saying Mike Scott can replace him? No. Is that early on you talking about? Or you talking about close to the all-star break?
We do got that on record too.
Okay, you talking about close to the all-star break, right?
Once again, let's.
Right, no, listen, wait. You said early on, so are you talking about early on, or are you talking about like right before the All-Star break?
I'm talking about before the All-Star, but we start talking about All-Star.
Okay, that's not early on. That was just like a week or two ago.
But they just decided they was going to do an All-Star game last month. So
right. He talking about something early on. You wasn't saying.
I'm talking about early on in the All-Star voting. Okay. Right?
I'll take
early on in the All-Star. Early on, like when we start.
Okay.
First of all, in 2 weeks into the season, you're not going to talk All-Star. I'm talking about before when the All-Star came around.
Let's clarify. Don't say early on like you was talking, like you was all team Tobias from the beginning.
The context was the All-Star.
No, it wasn't. We didn't talk about the All-Star. So now we understand. So go ahead. You right. Go ahead.
No, I did.
Early on in the All-Star voting, you was
yes,
on team Tobias.
That's what I said.
Yes.
I said early on, he was my All-Star. When we started talking about the All-Star, I said early on, I said he was my vote. So the context was the All-Star game, but let's move on. Anyway,
Mike Scott.
Let's see. I'm not even going to address. I'm not even going to address that.
Let me finish. I do want to say about Ben Simmons.
Let me finish.
Y'all had
Ben trash. We're going to get on that.
All right, Ben Simmons.
Hold on. Let me finish talking about Toby.
He said Ben trash. You want to get on? Go ahead. Get on.
Let me talk about Toby, and then I'll go to Ben and his offensive.
You don't got to go to Ben.
Listen, just because you've been going for 2 weeks don't mean you come on and you take a whole program, bro.
I need to.
It's puff pass. You know the rotation. It's Tim's turn.
The reason why y'all views have dropped is because the listeners was waiting to see me. They was waiting. They couldn't wait till I came back, and now I'm back. Don't stifle me. Don't hold me back. But I digress. But listen, real quick. But Tobias, the only thing I don't like what I heard, right? This kind of, I understand where it comes from, but it sits a little wrong with me, right? He said, since he didn't get selected All-Star, he was going to make all these Bulls pay, right? now from a certain standpoint, I like it. I understand it. But my thing is, these boys should be paying every night, regardless whether you all-star or not. Your job is to go there and force your will upon the other team, even if you was select the all. So are you saying if you was select the all-star, then you wouldn't be going as hard? Like what are you saying with this statement? That's what I don't understand. And I don't like statements.
Motivation that he using just like something to big himself up. I don't think it's nothing really.
Yeah.
No mental games that he playing.
I guess, but I mean that should be your motivation all the time.
Let's keep it a bean. If you're playing that many games, night in, night out, everything else, you do use. That's why you have coaches to motivate you and get you up for games and this, that, and other. So if this is what he wants to use for self-motivation, then so. I mean, look, even Michael Jordan. Everybody talking about Mike, go this, that, and other. When somebody talk trash, it made Mike take it to another level. Yeah. If he felt disrespected, he took it. That's what a true competitor does.
Mike
but Mike took it to another level. Like Mike was already averaging 30. Then he might drop 45 when he might took it to another. He was already dominating, and then he just turned it to God mode. He just took it to the level.
But Mike and Bird, even Bird on certain games, like Bird would say something, and then somebody talk trash to him, and he told the bench, like, you better tell your boy to shut up. You better tell him to shut up. And then they don't, and then Bird just rip them a new one. Like you talking about, now I can understand if you're making that, talking about during the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Because every game should be hyped up to the highest level. But during the regular season, you have your ups and downs and whatever like that. So I get what you're saying, and I agree with you to an extent. But if that's what he's going to use to motivate him and make, because don't forget, Julius Randle did make the All-Star game, possibly took Tobias' spot. So, I ain't mad at Tobias would have come out and show, who the real All-Star was.
True that. I ain't mad at that at all. Now about Ben, Tim, you want go ahead. You speak what you had to say because I want to get
it. Thank you. Anyway,
I got a lot of energy, man. I've been suspended for 2 weeks, so I'm back now. Hype.
You got pent up frustrations.
All right. So as far as the boy Ben, he played very well. Again, he finished with 16 points. 13 rebounds, 7 assists. So I felt he balled out. However, I do felt he should have. I feel that he should have been more aggressive as far as the offense is concerned. Especially when we were struggling, we was an uphill battle, and I think he was just letting the game come to him. It's almost like he was playing like pre-Ben, trying to get into the All-Star game, Ben. And I need Ben to be a little bit more assertive in this particular game. I wanted him. First game, that was his first game back on Sunday. But today, I thought he could have been a little bit more aggressive. But we won a game, so I'm not going to nitpick, but I would have liked to have seen a more aggressive Ben Simmons tonight.
I mean, only thing I say about that is I think he played how he plays. Listen, we just talked about Danny Green went 1 for 7 for 3. Yeah. Kirkman shot 4 for 2. These dudes had open shots. He threw to them with the open shots. But then in the fourth quarter, when the game got tight, Ben got aggressive, and he started. That's when our next big three got aggressive and started doing what they had to do to win the game. So that's why I agree. I would have liked to see him more aggressive more early on, but I think that the game, the passes he was making, the shot should have been made. This is what we say: we pay the shooters to shoot.
And the rest, the referee, for some reason, the refs felt as if they didn't want to make no calls on both teams. I
like that. I prefer that.
You enjoy that?
I prefer that. We had this conversation. Let me address the Ben thing first. I agree with Wayne. As many open shots they missed, Ben should have 15 assists. Like them dudes are working hard. Yeah. My only thing with Ben, and I've been kind of consistent with this, is I don't like his game. Like offensively, he kind of looks stiff the way he shoot the ball. Like it's no smoothness. His offensive game just irks me from a personal standpoint. I do like his aggression. I do like how he did, like Wayne said, when the fourth quarter he turned it up. He turned it up. He started going, to the best of his ability. He started trying to score. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with him trying to set Danny up, setting Seth up, setting Cork up. Them dudes are just breaking, especially Cork and Seth. I mean Cork and Danny. And Thibault and whatchamacallit and Shake Milton wasn't hitting like they should have believed. I think both of them only hit one shot apiece. I think Shake only had 2 points. But about the calls, the NBA for some reason they all over the place.
They are
with their officials.
they are.
They got to come to a meeting, and I know it's a hard game to officiate because it's so much that happens on every play. Somebody could travel, it's a blocking, a charging. It's so a 3 second, you got to look for somebody in the paint for 3 seconds. It's so many things you have to look for. It's an incredibly tough job. It's not like baseball where you just stand there and you got to make pretty much 1 or 2 calls at now. It's still hard. Don't get me wrong to judge the strike zone. But my thing is, you looking for so many things. Looking for somebody setting a legal pick. You looking for it's so much stuff you're looking for. But I say this to say, I would rather have you let them play than over officiate the game.
I agree.
I think the game has gotten to a point where it got over. It almost like the NFL. Remember they was over officiating the catch rule, and it's like nobody knew what a catch was. Is it 2 steps and then they fall in the ball? It got dumb, and then the committee met and said, you know what?
They gotta call calls though. Some calls like Ben. I think Ben might have would have been able to be a little bit more on fire, so to speak. If he had a few N1s that they just didn't call. Slapped him in the head.
I mean, that's going to happen. Like, I mean, my thing, like, you're right. The one he had, if he got hit in the top of his head or something like that, but stuff is happening so fast. I mean, I would rather have you play it than than every time you think it's a foul, you blowing the whistle, and then it's not. Like, to me, I don't like that. The only thing I think, and we were talking about this yesterday, and if y'all want to, I'll Tim, if you give me a host, I'll put the video up. I don't know if y'all want to change gears here, but we were talking about the call against the Knicks yesterday when they were playing the Nets, and Julius Randle got the ball swiped out of his hands by Kyrie. My only thing with that is, all right, you make the call for what you see fit, but it was about 5 to 6 seconds left in this game. If you could sit here and judge and have the referees huddle together and go to a camera for a flagrant and decide whether, is it a flagrant 1 or 2? Was it malice intent and all this stuff like that? You can stop the game and go for a 10-minute video search on something like that, but you can't stop the game in the final seconds to determine a game-changing call. That, to me, is completely out of pocket. They got to do something about that. The refs have to be able, just like the NFL, if it's under 2 minutes and you can't challenge, they have the ability to say, you know what? We have to double check this call to make sure it's right. For the simple fact that they don't have anything like that in place in the NBA, I think is egregious. But then they can have that in place for a flagrant 1 or 2, and half of them is stupid to me. So they got to get together with that, at least that part of the game for me.
So are y'all any concerns with Shake and his lack of aggression?
That's Ethan, man. He got to be here to defend.
I mean, Shake got pulled out. He only played 19 minutes. Maybe he just didn't have it tonight. I mean, maybe Doc was like, he didn't see that spark any minute. Remember, we do still got to play tomorrow night, so we need somebody to have some kind of rest.
I'm hoping
we need somebody to have fresh legs tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got to go against Giannis tomorrow. So, that might have also been the reason why he yanked Danny Green, because Doc don't always just yank somebody out because they all.
Danny was stinking it up. He
was. But I mean, listen, we done had games where other dudes done stunk it up too. Like, that's what I'm saying, where he still keep them out there. So
Danny Green has been the most inconsistent player on our team in our starting rotation, though. By far. Outside of Seth getting the Rona, Danny Green has been the most inconsistent player.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Who would you say
has the most 3-pointers on the team?
I said out of our starting rotation, he's been the most inconsistent.
Yeah, you got to go with you have.
I mean, well, if you're going to give Seth the pass just because of the Rona, then yeah. But I mean,
Tom Thibodeau is a very good coach, but he's going to run them boys in a hole. They ain't gonna be no good in the playoffs. You know, that's his MO. He'll get his players running, but it's almost like he's driving like on level 3 the whole time. And so when
what's the pedal to the metal?
Yeah. But he's a very good coach, and he has New York ball. I mean, they got the Knicks. I'm looking at them from a distance. They looking pretty good. But what I will say is that this was I wasn't expecting the way the game was going throughout the entire game. At some point, I was just like, this is not our game. And I was
because you a doubter.
It's not about doubting. It wasn't working.
Doubting.
You're scared.
He's doubting. He's scared.
It wasn't working.
Dog.
So right now, our home record is very
dog in his yard like
Him a cat.
Dog,
He a cat owner. He ain't got a dog.
I don't have no dog. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about the Milwaukee Bucks and the Kings? Those are our next two home games. Then we hit the road. Do y'all think we can get both of these?
I think we can win any game. So I
mean, does Milwaukee have they full?
I think we will win.
Yeah,
off a back-to-back. They coming here though, right?
They coming. That's it. These are two home runs. Then we go to that West Coast swing. So it's almost like we kind of need these two games because remember, it was 8 games without. It's minimum of 8 games without Embiid. So far, we beat the first 2.
Bruh, you saying we just won 6 straight games.
I get this.
See, this the part.
I'm talking about the record with Embiid, and we only played 2 games without Embiid. So what I'm saying,
no, we didn't only play 2 games without Embiid.
Embiid has been missing the last 2 games,
and he didn't play the first game back from the All-Star game.
I'm not talking about since he's been gone,
and he only played half a game.
All right.
So the last Chicago, 4 games, Embiid has only played half a game.
Chicago was bad. Anybody's going to be Chicago.
How?
What I'm saying is, since he's been out, they said it's going to be a minimum of 8 games that we will not be with Joel Embiid. What I'm saying is,
in the first 2 we didn't. In the first 2 we won.
So first 2 we blew the teams out by 20. Now
we ain't blow the Knicks out.
I'm sorry, we blew.
Yeah, no, he right. Tim, but we beat Chicago. We beat the Wizards.
No, but Tim said since B got hurt, he got hurt in the Wizards.
So we 2-0 without Embiid.
And we mopped the Wizards even after B went out.
The Wizards ain't good though.
Yeah, so
no, I know, but see, this is what I'm saying. I don't care about that. We don't sit there and talk that way. No, but why? Because we don't talk that if the Nets come in and they barely beat the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. We ain't talking about how they barely won nothing. We ain't talking about how when Utah got mopped by Golden State, all of a sudden, oh, what was me? Or if LA lose, like, bro, it's NBA season. Like, stop panicking.
There's not a
stop
panic.
panicking.
I want to keep that first
Utah.
place.
I don't care about the Nets. I care about the Philadelphia 76ers and Steph Curry. That's the only teams I watch.
Steph Curry, a whole team by itself, huh?
My thing is, I mean, I see what Tim's saying a little bit. I mean, we're gonna see. I mean, that with Joel out for this game. First of all, let's get back to that though. All right, is it me, right? And I know y'all may have addressed this on the podcast when he got hurt. Why did he land like that? Now, maybe it's different because you're a big man.
It is different.
I mean, I'm not obviously no 7-footer, but don't you land with your knees in the bent position? Like he land with his legs straight up and down, and that's why I collapsed backwards. I'm confused by that. I mean, somebody educate me as to how you land wrong like that.
He's in a bent position. Sometimes you come down and you bend them as you hit the ground.
Why though? I mean,
what you mean why? Sometimes it's the natural move.
Who lands with their knees straight? Who lands with their legs straight?
Down off a dunk? Have you ever come down off a dunk?
I came down when I tapped board one time. I came down and I bent my legs as I hit the ground. I used to tap board with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? And when you land with your legs slightly bent. You don't land with your legs straight. I don't get that.
That's not true.
You only been playing basketball for 10 years.
I don't think that's true what you just said.
How you land? You land with your legs straight?
Sometimes, like you do land, you land with them, and then as you come down, as you hit the ground, your knees bend and absorb it.
But your legs shouldn't be like this landing. Your legs should be like this. It's always should be in a little. I'm not saying it's like this.
No, it ain't like if you look at the shooters.
This is your knee.
Look at the shooters and how they shoot. Look at how Reggie Miller shot. He didn't land with his knees bent. He shot with his legs straight out, and then he would come with his legs straight down, and then like bend them as he hit.
It's called a hyperextension for a reason. It's an awkwardness to it. It's not every time he's not going to land like that. That particular time he did.
Reggie Miller didn't land. I don't remember. Listen, I don't know nobody who lands with their legs. If people landed like this, you would have way more hyperextensions of your knees. That's why his knee bent the wrong way, because you landed straight down. Most people land with a slight curvature in your leg, so when you hit, your knee just naturally collapses in a right position. That's all I'm saying.
So you saying if somebody going straight up, shooting straight up while they in the air, they bend their knees, so they coming down in like a sitting position?
No, you're not listening. I just showed you what I'm talking about. I said,
so if your knees is bent, then that means your butt is down and you coming down like this.
No, your leg. And when you go outside and jump in the air, and tell me that you going to like when you coming down, tell me your legs is going to be straight.
All
If
right,
your legs is straight,
they
you
are.
crazy.
way too much
They
time.
are.
Way too much time on your knees.
Listen, watch the comments. Watch the comments. I don't know if you landed.
That's
straight,
how
you
come
gonna
as I got older, knees hurt even more when you shoot, because that's what they absorb. That's what knees is for, to absorb the contact.
Exactly. And you're supposed to have your knees in a slightly bent position. You should never come down with your knees straight. That's how if you came, you know how many knee problems how many bad you would damage your knee if people came down with their knees directly on floor.
No,
that's
because
why
you come down, and as you come down, you bend your knees to absorb it.
So
you already got to have it bent. You don't come down and let them hit the ground and then you
Okay.
start bending them. That's why he hurt his knee.
Okay.
That's why he got hurt.
All right, moving on.
No, he hurt his knee because his knee bent the wrong way.
Exactly.
on.
Because if your knee is like this, can it bend the wrong way? Can it really?
If your knee ain't like that, then the odds are that you're not necessarily gonna come down flat on your feet. You mess around laying on your butt because your balance is off. You don't come with your knees
Matisse Thybulle.
Okay.
Has he taken his game to another?
Wait till you get to the comments.
Matisse Thybulle, have y'all felt he's taking his game to the next level? I think so, especially defensively.
No,
but even offensively,
he's like 1 for 4 tonight or something like that.
Tim doing his normal hype up.
No. Matisse, he hit a clutch 3-pointer in the game. That was.
I mean, that was the only 3 he hit. It was a good shot.
One shot.
Defensively, he's doing what we kind of saw him do. I wanted him to take his game offensively to the next level, and I don't know if that's happening.
I don't think you've been really watching as closely as you probably should be, but I think defensively,
he scored 10 points the other night, and Tim was all gushing. Matisse, like he balled out.
Y'all is haters.
I'm not. I like Matisse. Listen, you got
just being realistic. Listen, you the same dude that ripped Kirk for dropping 16, but then want to gush over Matisse for 10.
I agree with that.
I'm seeing improvement in his game, both offensively and defensively. Wait till tomorrow. Wait till y'all be like, yo, you right.
No, we not.
And I'm like, I told y'all.
But the boy Alec Burks, sure enough, came back with a vengeance tonight.
See, that's all we need him. All we need is like a little some on the edges type player. We don't need no big superstar to trade for.
I mean, he averaging the same amount that Shake averaging for the season. So
it's a difference. It's a difference between.
I think
it's a difference because you only see him once or twice a season.
No, I liked him last year when he was with us. I kind of liked him.
Yeah, we all campaigned for Alec Burke. I think we all like Burke. I was kind of mad to see him go.
Y'all do know that Steph didn't sign
Seth or Steph?
Steph Curry from the Golden State Warriors. He didn't sign a long-term deal last year with the Golden State Warriors when he was able to, and he will be a free agent along with Kawhi.
When? After the season?
Yeah, after the season.
Steph can never leave Golden. If he leaves Golden State, he's a fraud.
If he
leaves Golden State, he's a fraud.
Why you say that though?
Guys, he got to stay there now. I mean, he done won all them chips there. Since he the guy and he the one won all them chips for him. Stay there.
I think it's starting lineup.
I think it depends on where he goes, in my opinion. If you go somewhere like he actually from what, Cleveland, I think, right? He's from Ohio area.
He ain't going to Cleveland.
So I mean, I'm not saying he was
born in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying that I know he grew up in Charlotte, so he may want to go to Charlotte. He may want to go there and ball where his dad ball. So it depends. To me, it depends on where you go. Like if you try to Voltron up and you try to go with Bron or you try to go with Giannis, to me, I'm gonna feel a little bit indifferent about that.
What if he came here?
I mean, he come here, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's different.
Yeah, that's different.
But I mean, I can't say he gave them more than they ever expected in Golden State. He made Golden State relevant. Yeah. Nobody was talking. The last time you talked about Golden State, it was when Baron Davis dunked on AK-47 in the playoffs. That was the last time, and every now and then Monty Ellis dropped like a 40, 50-point game. But for the most part, Golden State was irrelevant outside of Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway 20 years ago. So he put him on the map. And Sprewell played there for a little bit. But listen, he put him on the map. He gave him everything they needed.
In the poll, well, actually, it was a couple of years. I mean, you had Baron Davis and Steven Jackson, all them when they beat Dirk and them. They kind of put them on the map.
It was all right. You know? Not like
listen,
this on the map.
In the poll in our chat, in our Marco Polo chat, I posted Seth Curry shooting around his threes And notice how his legs are extended till his feet hit the ground and then his knees bend. That's a shooting motion.
I gotta watch it because you be
you watch it. You watch it.
I gotta watch
it
it.
there.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it because I guarantee you it's a little bit of curvature. Because you act like I'm talking about like he coming down in a squat position. I'm not talking about that. I said with a slight curvature in your knee.
Nope.
It can't be straight. I'm gonna watch.
Nope. He come down. First thing hit is his toes and then his heels and then knees.
But real quick, did you watch the polo that I sent about what was the dude name who shot the 3 at the end and they said he was out of bounds? His heel never came down.
It did.
It did.
His heel did.
You gotta watch the last angle. The last angle.
Did I show y'all? Did you watch the polo I sent?
I watched the game, and when they showed the last angle, his heel did touch the line. His
heel did not. I rewound it and watched it 3 times.
Your enemy.
I also think people bend their knees when they land, and they bend their knees before they land. So we ain't taking your opinion on
his heel did not come down. But it's caused it's caused like this though. To me, and this is the exact reason why they need to have a review system for stuff like that at the end of a game. Out of bounds tips and all that kind of stuff. I shouldn't have to challenge it for it to be called. If it's a crucial call in the final seconds, it should be an automatic review.
If you notice, the team didn't even argue it. His team didn't even argue it. They knew it was out of bounds.
I watched it. I mean, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you think like because his foot did come down some, but it never flattened out completely to hit on the out of bounds mark, on the out of bounds line. The ball of his feet was where he was standing. His heel never came completely down. And I watched it 3 times on the TV. I rewinded it purposely, and I put it on the polo. You see it? You looking at it now, Wayne? Told you.
I'm looking at Steph with the straight leg shooting.
No. All right, y'all. Listen, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
Some of us will be back tomorrow. We never know.
We're not sure about.
See, that's what I'm saying. What are you talking about?
Know.
Come on, stop, bro.
But we'll be back. The Sixers went on to beat the New York Knicks 99-96.
See, say something.
Behind.
This is why I watched it. Nope. This is why I watched it.
You tripping?
I'm watching the video now. His legs are
you
not.
tripping? His legs don't bend. His feet hit the ground.
They're going to finish
his feet
this
hit the ground and his legs bend.
Anyway, we'll catch y'all tomorrow after the game. Don't forget
to
like,
comment,
subscribe.
Matter of fact, if you comment, I'm going to send you the video that Wayne sent me.
Yup. Go ahead.
I'm going to send you the video, and we're going to talk about it in the next pod.
And he's going to see that hat that he got on.
What hat? Who hat?
Yours.
Oh, what?
He said yours.
Early.
All right, y'all. Don't forget, this is the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. We out.